Hi, it's Capt Mike back here with you again with part 2 of my messing with mud. In this video we're going to experiment with glazing and well, actually firing and glazing some of this river clay that I processed in a kiln. So, but just as a quick overview for those of you who may just be tuning in, we'll explain what we're doing. And I have these this river mud right here that come right out of the river. It has not been cleaned up. It's just regular old river mud. As you can see, it's kind of got a pretty pattern to some of it, but that's going away. So we take this old nasty looking mud right here, and normally I put it in a 5-gallon bucket and use a big blender thing and blend it up. But just to show you what you can do with the smaller amounts, we're going to take this blender right here and let me get some water. We're going to take some water, just add a little water. It's as simple as this, folks. It's as simple as this. Actually, I think we got a little too much water. We'll add water as needed. So if you don't want to go the big route, then try this. Plop that in there, turn it on. Okay. We got it about the right consistency now. So we'll cut it off. And the next thing you're going to do, of course, you can fill this thing up. We're just doing this to give you a really rough idea on how simple this is. Get you some screen wire, plain old screen wire, and take this stuff and pour it through it. And a lot of it didn't shred, but that's okay. Once that's done, then you have your slip. Nothing but clay and water, nothing else. Turn that nasty stuff right there into this. I have a whole 5-gallon bucket over here I've been using and casting all this stuff with. So you can make it as thick or as thin as you want. Just remember while you're making this stuff that there's no deflocculant in it. So whatever you pour is going to have a lot of water. It's going to soak up. So what we will do with this is we will just see if we got enough to fill this bowl up right here. And whoop, I like to miss the whole darn bowl. Well, there's not enough for the bowl, but it'll be okay. It'll give you an idea. And that's all we do, folks. That was the first part right there. Give that about 5 or 10 minutes to set. Believe it or not, that's all the time it's going to take. And you pour what's left back out like you would normal slip, and let it separate from the mold. Okay, folks, that's it. That's my down and dirty. I'll come back later today and pour all these molds. I'm going to run this big. This is the thickest one I've done. I'm going to try, and I'm going to mix up some, pour it in here. We'll give it a shot and maybe feature it in a later video. But that's all for this little segment of this video. We're going to go inside, and I'm going to show you where we stand now, and that's what this video is about. Okay, folks, we've turned this into, all of this is poured and it's drying. So while it's all drying and getting ready to come out of the molds, which you've already seen, we're going to go inside and I'm going to show you what it looks like after it's bisque fired. So y'all come with me. I'll make your head swim while y'all follow me in my shop here. And we'll come over here, and here you go. This is what I took out of the kiln this morning. And some of you wanted to see this face right here, and it came out pretty doggone good. It is bisque, kinda. About as bisque probably as this material is gonna get. Little white spots is where there was just a tad of old slip left in the mold. But this one is ready to put a glaze on, and as are all of these bowls. And this is a bowl I just went ahead and got kind of fancy and did a little design on it. Want to see how the glazes react to these lines. You know how that works. Same with this one, just kind of nothing fancy, just some stuff like that. But all of these bowls are ready to go, as is these 3 pieces, which were made out of the 50/50 slip. And we will see how that works. So you guys stand by, and when you see me again, we will have these things glazed, or at least I have the glaze on them and ready to put them in the kiln. We'll see how that goes. All right, you guys stand by. Okay, we're back with the final part of this part 2 of messing with mud. I've got all of the pieces out of the kiln that I glazed, so I can show you how they done, and we'll compare those to some standard bisque to see how the color shift is. But what is really, really interesting about this whole thing is you can go from this to this, to this in a very short while, and that will dry within, if you put it in the dehydrator, and you'll end up with a piece of bisque. Excuse me. This is back up. This is the greenware. That's what you get next, and this is the bisque. And you can go from this piece of clay here to this bisque piece in probably 24 hours if you pushed it. And I don't know if you can do that or not with regular slip. I can't do it, but I mean, it's not important that you do it that fast, but it is neat that you can do it. Now, we'll get on to the glazing part. And it worked out absolutely super good. And of course, since it is terracotta colored, it did cause some shifts in the colors. And this bowl right here is really, really neat. The color is actually nicer on the red than it is on the actual ceramic bisque. That's CR131. I won't go through all the numbers for all of you, but it's a Duncan color, and it goes shifted from that to this, mainly because it's, you know, of the red color right there. And then, you know, you've got the blue, and the blue, there wasn't a lot of shift, but it come out, I thought, pretty doggone good. Nice and shiny. And of course, this piece here come out a lot darker than normally this color comes out. This color is kind of a blue with little goldy yellow specks in it, and it's darker. And the bowl fired true because this is the face, and one of my subscribers wanted to see this face right here, and it turned out absolutely wonderful. I'm just tickled to death. I've done lots and lots of these with standard slip, and I couldn't ask for it to be any better, except the color shift, and that's not a big deal. On this color right here is almost black with a very kind of a sheen to it, and normally it's this color green, and we get this on the red. And this color is crummy anyway. I mean, I knew when I started on it that it needed about, this is 3 coats, it needed about 6. But it turned this color, and it's kind of interesting with the red showing through. So that's not bad at all. I could have put more on the inside, and that's me, that's not the cut. And of course, I didn't do any of the regular ceramics on this, but this is kind of a speckledy red. I use a lot of that color. A speckledy green, and my little sun face, and this is a speckledy yellow. And those are the colors that all this stuff come out. I mean, this is from my river clay right here, these colors right here, and totally acceptable, more than acceptable. It's really, really fine. And just real quick, just to show you how fast this stuff sets up. Can you see that already? We got a 1/4 inch in there. I mean, this stuff needs to be poured out right now while I've been talking. That's how fast that stuff, hydrates into the plaster.
That was the little owl I talked about, showed you guys. I did break his little feet off right there, but that's not a big deal. But that's it. That is it. You can, the great thing about this clay is it's free. Should be free to anybody who wants to go out in the countryside and get it, to look for it. And it just opens up a whole new world of possibilities to me, for me. And I have lots of things planned to try with it. In parting, this is the next piece right here that I'm going to fire. I'll fire it probably tonight with some more stuff. And can you just imagine, that's a nice size casting, and it's done with regular old river clay. Nothing added, no talc, nothing but water and sifted clay. So, hey, you all get out there and find you some clay if you want to play with this stuff. It's needless to say, cost effective. You can make a slip, you can make a clay body, and if you want to know more about clay bodies, get online. YouTube will tell you everything you want to know about that. I hope this filled the niche in using this stuff for slip. It can be done with excellent results. So that's it. That's my tutorial on messing with mud. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to answer them, and maybe even do a follow-up on some 3D molds that I'm going to try to cast, and that's going to be a job, but we're going to give it a shot. So I'm Captain Mike. That's my video, and I'm out of here.